All right, hello guided group. This is day 2, the first half. This is what I want you to work on until I actually get to class. I'm going to probably break these PowerPoints up into separate PowerPoints. Right now I'm creating it, so the numbers are going to be off, but the pictures and the activities will be exactly the same. All right, so what I really wanted to do, there's this really fascinating opening passage when we open up the book, and we're actually going to be reading everything online. I can print out a PDF for people if you would actually like a paper copy, but everything will be online. And I just love the opening of this book. So we're going to break down the intro, because the intro is going to kind of give you like this really brief synopsis of what's going to happen throughout the whole book. And Shakespeare also does this with Romeo and Juliet in a monologue that you're going to be probably reading next year when you're a freshman in high school. So Steinbeck opens by saying, so what I want you to do is I'm going to kind of break this down a little bit, and then what I want you to do in the speaker notes is put it in your own little summary or your own understanding of how I helped you break this down. First, I'm going to read it for fluency. Then I'm going to break it down into, whenever I read something, I always think about who is doing what, why, and what happens as a result, and then I look for those repeated words. So once for fluency, and then the second time to break it down. Okay, here we go. In the town, they tell the story of the great pearl, how it was found and how it was lost again. They tell of Kino the fisherman and of his wife, Juana, and the baby, Coyotito. And because the story has been told so often, it has taken root in every man's mind. And, as with all retold tales that are in people's hearts, they are only the good and the bad things, the black and the white things, the good and the evil things, and no in between anywhere. Kind of like cryptic and interesting. So let's break this down. So in a town, okay, so we have kind of like our who going on here. What do? They tell a story. That's the action, A-C-T-I-O-N. And what story do they talk about? They talk about the story of a pearl. Okay, whoa, I didn't want that. I like highlights. Okay, now it says how it was found. So how the pearl, what, was found. And once the pearl was found, what happened? And how it, the pearl, was lost again. All right, so we have a pearl. It's getting lost, it's getting found. Okay. And now we have a new person. They tell of Kino. So here is another person. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted this one little guy here. Well, it's not really a little guy. And Kino, and he also has his wife. So here's another who. Okay, we have Kino and his wife, Juana. Okay, so really I could probably do Juana. I probably don't have to highlight wife, but it doesn't hurt. And then we have a baby, Coyotito. Okay, so we have the pearl, which is a thing, and then we have these three people, Kino, Juana, and the baby Coyotito. And because the story has been told so often, it takes root in every man's mind. As well with all retold tales, so some repeated words is they're saying this is a tale. Another word for tale is story. This is a story about these three people that are in the people's hearts. So basically, they're saying there's good and bad things, black and white things, good and evil things, and nothing in between. So basically, It's the story of how they found this pearl, Kino, Wana, and the baby, and they lost it, and how this pearl either brought good things or bad things to them. It either brought good things or evil things to them. So as I'm reading, as a reader, I'm thinking to myself, they're going to find a pearl, and how is it going to impact their life? So that's probably what I would put in the speaker notes down here. This family found a pearl, and this story will tell the readers how it impacted their life. You can't really see it because my screencastify thing is down there. And I typed kind of fast, so you're going to want to make sure your spelling is correct. Okay? So that's what you're going to do here. Next, it says, what is a parable? Now, yesterday I showed you how you're going to open up a tab. You're going to say, you might even just say, what is a parable? Okay. I actually like, not the definition there, but I like the things off to the side here. So here it says a parable, even if I don't know what some of these other words are, is a story. And it's to teach a lesson. Okay. So when you go and you look at what a parable is, you're going to go in there and you're going to type in, it's a story to teach a lesson. Okay. It says in the speaker notes below, write down what you think the author means when he says, if this story is a parable, so another way you could say that to yourself is, if this story is supposed to teach me a lesson, perhaps everyone takes his own meaning from it and reads his own life into it. Okay. So if you go back and you think about what we set up here, we have Kino, we have Wana, we have baby Coyotito. They find this pearl, okay? This pearl is either going to bring them good things or bad things. So if you're thinking this is a story to teach a lesson, as you start reading, maybe you want to take on, like, which character would you be the most like? It's funny, my family and I were just doing that last night. We like to watch The Big Bang. And so we were like joking. We're like, okay, which Big Bang character would you be? Have you ever done that with like a show that you like? So as you're reading, think about, am I more like Kino? Am I more like Juana? Am I more like the doctors? Am I more like the villagers? That might be kind of interesting. And as you read how this pearl affects the people, think about, do you think it would affect you in the same way? So write down in the speaker notes what you think it means when it says, if this story is a parable, if it is supposed to teach you a lesson, perhaps everyone takes his own meaning from it. So basically what they're saying is, perhaps you need to take your own lesson from this story. Okay? And then what I'm going to do, but if you have a little extra time and you're waiting before I come in, I'm going to come in period 2. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to start reading chapter 1. And as you start reading chapter 1, you're going to keep track of the characters and the tone of the story. And you're going to find images and you're going to write description of each character in the notes below. So, Kino, I would actually write something about him. I might say something like, poor farmer. And I might say father. Okay? Father, husband and father. I should slow down when I type. Okay. And then what you might want to do, you could either type some words that are in your mind, or you could say Kino, the pearl. You could hit some images. Oh, even the all, if you wanted to. But I wouldn't just copy and paste what it says here, because some of you might not know what dignified or impoverished is, okay? Again, really put this in your own words. You could say a simple man who lives with his wife and son, okay? So if you wanted to do that, I'm okay with that. But make sure you put it in your own words that you understand. And then here we have an image. Maybe I want to just do Kino. I like this one. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Oop. And if you click the image, I think, oh, never mind. That's more like a Word document. I'm going to size it and whoa. No, I'm not cropping the image. All right, I'm just going to drag it, move it, and reduce the image size. Okay, so this might be like more my Kino. Okay, and then you're going to do the same for Coyotito. You're going to do the same for Juana, and you're going to do the same for the doctor. And then in your notes below, you're going to think about the tone. You're going to think about the feeling of the story at the beginning. And then when does it shift? We're going to look for the shift. And then what is it like toward the end? And how does that help us understand the conflict? Okay?